And now's the time when things are shifting. There's gonna be a new world order out there. And we've got to lead it.
True internet suffered depression.
You are fake news.
I am not suicidal.
We'll circle back with you directly. I can circle back. I'll circle back with you.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Hello and welcome to episode 311 of the Jeffrey and Brian Show. I'm Jeffrey.
I'm Brian.
And we're just two guys drinking some beer, talk about what's going on. Rifle season has officially opened up for deer hunting. And yeah, I've been out in the freezing cold. It was like 23 degrees today. I was out in the freezing cold with a 30-30 waiting for some food to come by for days now. Not a damn thing. I saw one chipmunk the whole time. No, didn't even hear birds. Hop in my car to drive down into town to pick up some beer. Saw 3 fucking deer on the way there. Now, like that's just the way it works, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
pay all this money for a hunting license and then never around when you have a rifle in your hand.
That's right. It's got to have a rifle in the back of your car.
Yeah, but you can't just drive around looking for them. That's actually against the law. And they're usually coming out of someone's like backyard or something, or down the side of a mountain around a corner. But I'm gonna be going out tomorrow. I got a built-in blind up on the back of my garage. Previous owner built it in as like an extra shed, so I can actually sit on my ride-on mower with my rifle out like a little opening of the wall, waiting for the deer to come up and eat all the corn that's in my yard.
Okay.
Just hoping I get lucky, man. Some free food is, well, I said not free, but next to free food is definitely worth the effort if you'll eat, wild game.
Right.
I know you're not much of a hunter, but you've definitely eaten venison and elk and all of that before, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And when
You
I was
wouldn't turn
growing
it-
up,
you
I
wouldn't-
hit squirrels and rabbits. I think I went deer hunting one season. I didn't like getting up early.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is they're around all day long. It's just usually they eat in the morning and the evening.
Yeah, and you got to
So
be in
yeah,
your blind before the sun comes up.
yeah. Sunrise is around 7:27 tomorrow morning or something like that. So I'm hoping to be sitting in there by 7 o'clock. Yeah. Unfortunately, I did not run an extension cord out there, so I can't run a space heater. But oh well, just wear a blanket, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, that woman there, was it Chicago lit on? Yeah, Chicago train that was lit on fire.
Yep.
Judge tried to give excuses as to why this guy was back on the street.
He'd only been arrested 72 times.
Yeah, yeah, and she was burned to what, 60% of her body.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, uh, young
You,
kid, 72. What's up?
do you think anything's going to happen to the judge? I mean, I've heard rumors that they want to try to impeach him and stuff like that, but it's
They
Chicago.
have
I
to
don't
do
see it
something.
happen. I don't
We
see
have to do
much happening.
something. Yeah, we can't keep letting these people back out and blaming society for why they are. I mean, the dude lit the woman on fire, you know? Um, Shoot, did you see the video? It's in here somewhere. I'm not even sure where, but the abortion clinic thing.
No.
Uh, Pro-life guy was protesting. He was like leading this group in front of a facility or something.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, dude got up in his face. There's video of it. Dude gets up in his face, so he pepper sprays him. Maybe he didn't need to pepper spray him, but he did. And then he ran away, clearly trying not to fight, you
Uh-huh.
know?
Yeah.
Guy chases him down, punches him twice in the back of the head, knocks him down, gets in the full mount position before the guy draws his weapon, and this other guy ends up getting shot.
Right.
And that guy got arrested. The guy who was attacked and then finally fired a round.
Yeah.
This woman here, what would have happened to this woman here had she done something to stop that man from lighting her on fire?
In Chicago, we already know what would happen.
You would have been arrested because they said, "What were you trying to stop? A crime hadn't happened yet."
Yeah. I mean, it
And then
happened to
as soon
those
as the
people on their porch, you know?
and then as soon as the crime does happen, well, it's too late to do anything about it now. The crime already happened. Are the arguments we're hearing from the courts these days?
Yeah. So
You just
there's never a right time to defend yourself.
look at the trouble that Daniel Penny got
Yeah.
in, was that New York? Was it?
New York City, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 72 times this guy's been released. 72 prior arrests. I don't know how many of those he's been convicted on, or how many he was just held overnight because he was like drunk in public or something, you know?
Yeah, but that's too many.
Yeah. Yeah. After a certain amount, you usually go and like maybe I need to go get some help or something, you know? It's definitely not helping your professional career. Oh
No.
boy. Brian's been eating turkey for over 24 hours now, and the tryptophan's finally kicking
Yeah, I
in.
just had turkey for dinner again. I've been treating turkey for like a week now. We cooked 2 turkeys already at home, and then I cooked
Mm.
6 turkeys at the VFW
Yeah.
yesterday to feed 60 people. I was pretty much left alone once he showed me how to do everything. He was busy doing other stuff, and I was in charge of the fryer. So,
Mm. Yeah, I got one extra bird in the freezer. We picked up. Actually, it was the mother-in-law picked that up because it was one per household thing that happened during COVID lockdown. Because
uh-huh.
the whole thing came out like you can't reduce price. Not COVID, SNAP
Yeah.
suspension.
Okay.
They did the whole thing like you can't just reduce prices for those folks because that's just not fair.
Right.
So the local grocery store like reduced the price of all the Thanksgiving items
Okay.
for everybody. So I was like, oh, that was pretty cool, you know.
Yeah.
But
Food Lion was
yeah,
selling if you spent $35, you could get a turkey for 29 cents a pound. So that's why we ended up with 2 different turkeys.
hmm
So,
yeah. I think we got ours for like 20 cents a pound, but that had to be there was only one per household.
okay.
But we'll be probably going back within the next couple days to pick up another bird that's left behind because
Oh
you know they're
yeah.
gonna just be looking to get rid of them.
Don't leave no birds behind.
Well, hey man, that's why you need yourself a nice deep freeze. Sit on that turkey for as long as you want, then it'll be good to go, you know. Especially shit. Just cook that thing up, eat a little bit for dinner, and just carve the sucker up for sandwiches, right?
Yep. Uh-huh.
All right. Hey, all right. We've been talking about this on and off. You shared this article about Trump changing marijuana to a class 2
Yep.
substance.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I find this interesting because they're actually talking about passing all sorts of laws about this legal hemp you can buy everywhere now too.
Well, they already
But
did.
I'm like,
It's not legal anymore.
I'm
In the budget deal that just went through, they closed the loophole. So that special Delta 8 THC you could buy that was basically CAD with they're gonna have to take that out all the vape shops and stuff.
Yeah, that's why I'm getting tons of commercials everywhere trying to get me to buy this stuff to massive discounted prices.
Yeah. And the hemp industry is all pissed off about it, you know, because they went and created a whole industry based on this loophole, and now the loophole's gone.
And this happens all the time though. How long were people was that synthetic drug craze going on? You could always buy it at some head shop like Spice or something else too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then the law would come and like you can't have this particular thing, so they would find a way to do it without that.
But
Um,
they're saying this article that I shared here was mainly talking about the benefits of how much money the federal government might possibly make by taxing marijuana.
and not even necessarily just taxing like flat out from sales, but the industry itself having to pay all the things
Yep.
that you do in general to run a business, you know?
Right.
Because right now, I don't know how aware you are, but dispensaries, some of them you can pay with your debit card,
Yeah.
but that's because it runs as an ATM transaction.
Right.
So they're not claiming any of this. And that means the businesses too can't write off on their taxes any of the expenses like payroll and stocking
Uh-huh.
inventory and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Trump's been talking about this for a while, but doesn't seem to be going anywhere.
No,
Uh,
no.
Zelensky's chief of staff resigned over that fraud accusation that we talked about last week. Um,
We all know how we feel about the uncorruptible Ukrainian government.
uncorruptible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sarcastically.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. He resigned over that. This was after their
But a bunch
whatever
of
the equivalent
the
of their
one guy
FBI would
fled
be.
the country.
Yeah. Well, they raided his house like FBI style, looking for evidence and everything. Yeah, he took off, and I was like, oh, jeez. This, you guys, you're not helping your argument here when everyone's saying Ukraine's just a corrupt freaking tundra.
Yeah.
And yeah, I read this whole freaking article you shared about the penny.
Uh-huh.
I want to hear what your take is and
Okay, this is,
why
I
this.
didn't even really read this article, but I wanted this article in here just so we could have this stupid discussion about the penny, because they just stopped minting the last batch of it this month. But
I know we talked about this last week.
I'm already seeing stupid signs at all the stores saying the penny's being taken out of circulation. We're no longer going to be using the penny, and please pay it that exact cash.
Well, here's the thing:
People
is how many?
have thousands of pennies, millions of pennies in their houses. They're going to be around probably still while your kids are alive. They'll still be pennies to be
Well, it's
used.
funny because this article specifically said the average American household has about $86 in change lost in the house somewhere.
Right.
Like it fell out of your pocket on the couch and it just sat there forever, or it's stuck behind the refrigerator or something like that.
But I literally saw a
Um,
sign in Dollar Tree, because I go in them every to deliver cake in there. One of them had up there is like, yes, due to the penny no longer being in circulation, we're not going to be, we need exact change from now on or pay with debit card.
well, yeah, it's funny though because they stopped the penny because it cost
It
four
cost,
cents to make a
yeah.
to make a penny. It cost 14 cents to make a nickel. We're
Well,
gonna
that'll
get
be the
rid of that
next
one
one to
next.
go.
Okay, so what? We stick to 10-cent increments, do it in tenths, or do we get rid of the dime too and make it quarters?
I don't know. But I mean, I don't think we should be continually making money that costs more to make than it's actually worth.
Make it out of something else. You know?
Plastic?
Yeah, you could, but I mean, you can make it out of like basically aluminum and have like a tiny little 1 cent drop of silver in the middle of it or something, you know? Ah,
Yeah. But I mean, that's the only reason why I wanted to have this brief discussion about the idiocy of people freaking out about the pennies not being around anymore when
well,
there's millions
I-
of those things floating around.
there was a coin shortage started because of COVID, and people stopped in general paying with cash. So I bet you if everyone went around through their houses, collected all the pennies and cashed them in, no one would be coining all pennies anymore.
Right.
Like you said, they just stopped minting the last one. It's not going to be an issue for decades.
Yeah, exactly. No,
And for real, how many people pay cash
I do.
buying anything
Sometimes.
legal? Yeah,
I
well,
do
yeah, but you,
sometimes.
yeah, I do sometimes too. But shoot, when they went through this no tax on tips, I basically ran out of reasons to carry cash. I
Okay.
always tipped in cash. You could lie in their taxes, you know. All right. Oh my God, did you see this guy and Namibia?
Yes, I wasn't. Are we talking about which one are we talking about? Oh,
Guy
Adolf.
running
Yeah,
for
yeah. Because I saw this article first, and I'm like, this is stupid. I'm not even gonna open it and read it. And then Ray shared the article, and I saw the name. Like, oh, well, okay. Then maybe we should talk about this briefly. Because I literally heard on
the same
a
thing.
show recently, a podcast, wanting to know how many people were actually named Adolf Hitler in today's generation. And apparently, there's at least one because he
Well,
won. He won election in Nambia.
he did. His name is Adolf Hitler Unona. And he said his father didn't really know who Hitler was. I was like, then why would he name you Adolf Hitler?
Yeah.
Yeah, guy's about to win. Oh, he's running for a second term. Dear God. Yeah, I saw it up into the feed. I was
You
like,
have
all
an
right, guess we're talking about Hitler again.
yeah, you have an unstable internet connection.
By the way, I just want to point out to everyone going, Trump is literally Hitler. No, this guy is
No,
literally
this is
Hitler.
literally Hitler. He lives in Nambia. He's a
Yeah,
part
I
of the
know. I got
government
some
in Nambia.
weather occurring.
Okay. So we also have the head of the anti-abortion group that's been charged in a shooting outside of a South Carolina Planned Parenthood. I think we talked about this probably before we started recording. Um, all I see is Jeffrey's smiling face, frozen in time. And now he's gone. Let me pause this for a second.
All right, where were we? Still talking about Hitler?
Uh, now I moved on to the Planned Parenthood.
Oh, that was the guy I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, yeah, I said that. I'm pretty sure we may. I couldn't remember if we started recording before we talked about it or not. But yeah, this is the guy that was defending himself um, at a protest, and he's the one that he pulled his gun, shot the guy, and now he was arrested for shooting somebody. Are you still there?
Signal sucks today, and I'm not sure why. I must have seen 20 articles about this world's strongest woman.
Uh-huh. Try turning off your video. Try turning off your video. Try turning off your video.
And you're frozen on me. Oh, there you are again. All right. Anyway, I've seen a lot of stuff about the world's strongest woman, tons of articles, but we
Yep.
haven't we haven't really addressed the whole trans issue, any of the LGBTQIARP stuff in a while, because we've already basically said our piece,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh. Yep. But this was
You know,
this
like our
was saying
opinions
that
out
the
there.
other female weightlifters didn't know they were facing a trans athlete and
Well, it's funny because my brother-in-law was like, "How would you not know?" And the wife, her uh, his sister says like, I don't know, some of these lady bodybuilders, some of these lady weightlifters, you tough to tell the difference anyway, you
right.
know?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I was just like, oh my God, of course. And that's what gets me about these trans activists with this stuff
Right.
is you're like, oh, there's no advantage. And then you see all the records are held by the trans athletes,
Yeah.
you know. But all right, whatever. This is something that came up just before I'm sorry, just after we stopped recording last week, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
MTG.
Yeah.
Well, Brian,
She got all
tell us.
mad that Trump withdrew his support for her re-election campaign and was threatened to help provide a primary candidate against her, so she'd be primaried. And so she threw a hissy fit and announced her resignation. But she didn't just announce her resignation saying that, hey, she was going to serve out the rest of her term and then move on. She's not coming back after the holiday break.
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit of a bitch fit.
So that
But,
means
man,
that's going to be one less Republican in this tiny little majority in the House of Representatives before this happens. Because I don't know
Marjorie
that.
Taylor Greene, I will remember you.
Turn it up.
Oh, I just shut it off actually.
All right.
She yeah, like lost her mind when Trump like pulled some support from her. And I was like, well, that's not much of a if that's all it took to get her to quit,
Right.
you know?
And she's gotten
and then exactly now
wackier
you're
and
leaving your district
wackier over the time she's been in the House of Representatives. So,
well, she did have some great one-liners and arguments in the House. I remember how I found out about Jasmine Crockett was because of MTG when she called her what a bad built butch body bleach blonde or something like that.
I think I got a video of it here. Let me see what we got.
There's a whole bunch of videos of this article you shared about all the best arguments or whatever.
Let me play this one here first, and we'll go from there. Share sound, MTV. All right.
Does any other member seek recognition?
Mr.
Chair
Chairman,
recognizes Ms. Green.
I'd like to know if any of the Democrats on this committee are employing Judge Merchan's daughter.
Please tell me what that has to do with Merrick Garland.
Is she a porn star?
Oh, Goldman. That's right. He's advising. Okay.
He's advising who? What? Do you know what we're here for? You know we're here about AG.
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Hold on. Order.
Mr. Chairman,
That's beneath even your
order of your committee.
Order.
Please.
There's a point of order.
We have a point of order. Mr. Lynch, state your point.
Mr. Chairman, I would just like to ask the parliamentarian if your conduct here in raising money in connection with this hearing is referable to the Ethics Committee within this hearing. Is a motion in order to refer your conduct and your abuse of
It's not a point of order.
Mr. I do have a point of order, and I would like to move to take down Ms. Green's words. That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your feelings hurt?
Her words down.
Aw.
Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play.
Baby,
baby
girl.
girl.
We are going to move, and we're going to take your words down.
I second that motion.
So who will have to pay us? Okay. All right. We're suspending.
Absolutely.
Oh, baby girl. I love it.
I didn't even heard it in the video though. Well, it's the long
Yeah.
video, so we're never gonna get to it.
Yeah. And Congress it's never fast and exciting. Those
Maybe this one will be
you see
better.
the big arguments.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Flipped
Mr. Fauci,
out.
you were quoted on CBS Face the Nation saying it's easy to criticize, but they're really criticizing science because I represent
It's what you
science.
think they
Do
would
you
have done if that's the whole
represent
point of this,
science, Mr. Fauci?
I am a scientist who uses the scientific method to gain information.
Yes, you said you represent science. Do you represent science, Mr. Fauci? Yes
Again,
or no? Yes or no?
No, that's not a yes or no
Yes,
answer.
it's a yes or no.
I don't think it is.
Okay, well, we'll take that as a you don't know what you represent.
Oh,
But this, as director of the NIH, you did sign off on these so-called scientific experiments. And as a dog lover, I want to tell you this is disgusting and evil, what you signed off on, and these experiments that happened to beagles paid for by the American taxpayer. And I want you to know Americans don't pay their taxes for animals to be tortured like this.
Yep.
So the type of science that you are representing, Mr. Fauci, is abhorrent, and it needs to stop. Mr. Fauci, you also represent the type of science where you confess that you made up the COVID rules, including
I didn't hear what you
6
said.
feet social distancing and masking of children.
I never said I made anything up.
You admitted that you made it up. You
I
made it
didn't
up
say
as you went.
I made it up.
So are you saying this is fake news, Mr. Fauci?
I didn't say I made anything up.
What did you say?
I said that it is not based in science and it just appeared.
But this
That's
is
made
science.
up.
What does dogs have to do with anything that we're talking about today?
These are scientific experiments. This is what you signed off on. But you also told the American people they had to distance by 6 feet. They had to wear masks. But let's also talk a little bit further about the type of science that you represent. NIH scientists made $710 million in royalties from drug makers, a fact that's been hidden. Let's talk about the fact about, is it right for scientists and doctors getting paid by the American people, government taxpayer paychecks, to get patents where they're paid millions and hundreds of millions of dollars in royalty fees, especially when the NIH and these government agencies, most powerful agencies in our country, are recommending medical suggestions and advice and making up guidelines like 6 feet distancing and masking of children. Do you think that's appropriate? Do the American people deserve to be abused like that, Mr. Fauci? Because you're not doctor, you're Mr. Fauci in my few minutes. No, I don't need your answer. I want to talk about this right here.
Mr. Chairman,
Fauci,
objection.
I reclaim my
Mr.
time.
Objection.
I reclaim my time. I reclaim my time, Mr. Raskin.
Gentlelady will suspend.
Mr. Chairman,
of order.
Just in terms of the rules of decorum, are we allowed to deny that a doctor is a doctor just because we don't want him to be a doctor?
Yes, because in my time, that man does not deserve to have a license. As a matter of fact, it should be revoked, and he belongs in
Gentlelady will
prison.
suspend.
He belongs in prison.
The gentlelady should recognize the doctor.
Well, that one at least got to the point.
True.
Took a little while, but she got there. But she had some zingers in there.
Well,
too.
yeah. He said, I didn't say I made it up. I just said it wasn't founded in science. It's like, so you made it up.
Somebody made it up. Maybe it wasn't you, but you agreed with it after it was made up.
Yeah, and just like when Rand Paul was asking her about the gain of function research, he's like, we weren't doing gain of function research. We were doing research that allowed these viruses to gain functions. Like,
You literally used the definition of the word in the sentence of your answer.
yeah. But yeah, she was fun to listen to, but it got to the point it was fun to listen to her because of the crazy shit that would come out of her face.
Yeah, that was pretty normal, those ones, but the last few this year have been whoa,
Yeah. So you guys got a high school football coach on the run.
Yeah. He's being accused of
diddling kids.
Yep.
We were just talking about this with my high school football coach getting put away for striking one kid and touching another one when he was in a different position in the school board. So I got a different school. What's up with geez, I don't know, man. Like now you can't even trust like your kids' sports coaches.
First it was priests, and now it's sports coaches.
And you know why? And that's exactly why, because that's where these people go, because they get access to children there.
Okay.
Let's be real. But your average Catholic priest isn't going to be diddling kids.
Right. Yeah.
But a kid diddler might gravitate towards something like that because they're trying to combat the pedophile within themselves. through God, and then you have access to all of these children in churches with like altar boys and stuff, you know. But yeah, like high school coaches, teachers, I got a feeling they're taking these jobs because they're right there with the kids without the parents around. And it's now it says my connections on the table as it looks well. Wow, it's fluctuating great again. You guys had a protest too, I guess.
Yeah, we had these idiots in Williamsburg that they were supposed to hold a abolish ICE protest in today on Black Friday, and I don't have. Oh wait, is this from? I may have a video. Let's see.
30 people showed up.
I don't know. Let me get through the ad first and let you know. There's not many there.
I saw this. It said like 30 people showed up.
Holly in Williamsburg near the Williamsburg Premium Outlets. It's
Insanely
Black Friday,
wealthy,
but these
very
neighbors
white
behind
area,
me
right?
didn't spend their day shopping. Two political groups held a protest against ICE Friday afternoon. These protesters
They're
tell
all
me
white.
they're standing up for people they believe ICE is targeting.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. We know ICE has got to go.
That's the message some people in Williamsburg were trying to get across on Friday.
Many of our community
Come on.
members are
What's up, Memphis,
living in
some of
fear
these chants,
and
right?
don't get to enjoy this holiday season with their
No thought
families
goes into the
because either
chants
they've
whatsoever.
been deported or detained or are living in fear.
Friday's protest was
That dude's
organized
there
by two anti-Trump
selling
groups, Williamsburg,
weed.
James City County Indivisible, and Virginia Organizing. The protest aimed to draw attention
Look at all
to the
those
actions
people.
of Immigration and Customs Enforcement under the Trump administration. Protesters gathered at the intersection of Richmond Road and Old Town Road near the Williamsburg Premium Outlets. Why did you decide to come out and do this today on Black Friday?
We knew there were going to be a lot of people around today. We would have great visibility. People need to understand this matters to everyone. They're fellow human beings, and we all have to stand up and say enough is enough.
We emailed ICE for reaction to Friday's demonstration.
These
but
people
no
know
one
that
responded.
like something like
However,
80% of Americans
protests in
agree
other
with the
parts of the country
deportations.
earlier this year
Nope,
produced
they
this
don't know
statement
that.
from a special agent with the agency saying, quote, "Peaceful protest is a right protected under the Constitution, and our agents are proud to defend that right every day. But threats, violence, and property damage by criminal actors claiming some kind of vigilante justice will not be tolerated in the heartland."
What do we want? Abolish ICE. When do we want it? Now.
It's all right now about the American people standing up and doing the right thing, and that is protecting people that are vulnerable.
In Williamsburg,
Abolish ICE.
I'm Erin Hawley, WTKR News 3.
Oh my word! They had all the slogans, man, all the chants.
Williamsburg is an insanely white, very wealthy area.
Very
And
liberal
any black
area.
people, and not black people, anyone who's not white living there is insanely wealthy too.
Yes, they are.
That's just right. Trust me, you toilets for you. Oh, remember that natural gas plant I was talking about in West Virginia? This is like
Yeah.
the third week in a row I brought it up.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I do.
Morrissey went and signed off on it. That was just only going to feed power to a data center. So yeah, they're talking about creating like 3,500 jobs, but that's only during the construction.
Well, that'll cut down
like,
on
to
your
maintain-
electric bill going up because your power won't be going to the data center now. So
The data center hasn't been built yet. They're building the power plant and the data center. They needed permission for the power plant because it's a power plant.
okay.
And I'm like, oh, wonderful. So he's going to cut down all these trees, create no jobs, install basically a server farm in the mountains.
Uh-huh.
And I guess I get it. But you better be charging them primo rent for that space, you know?
Yeah.
And oh my goodness. So there's a West Virginia high school marching band that's going to be doing the 4th of July next year.
What's the name of the school?
Dear God, it was the name of the school. Robert C. Byrd Marching Band. I brought this up to the wife today. She goes, I know that name. Why? I was like, oh, I was like, Biden gave his eulogy. She goes, oh, he must have been a scumbag. What did he do?
He was the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, he's like a grand wizard or dragon or whatever. And she goes and looks him up and she looks at it. She goes, oh, yeah, he just looks like a racist. And I was like, I don't like people saying stuff like that, but you're right. Like, he looks like he's going to like steeple his fingers when you walk out the room because of his master plan, you know? But yeah, I was like, geez, they haven't changed the name of the school yet. As much as the Confederate statue thing bothered me, but that was because those statues could have been treated properly versus you can change the name of your fucking high school whenever you want. All you need is the people that go to that school to agree, right?
Yep.
Shit, just call it whatever county or whatever the name of the city is at the school. Hi. Robert C. Byrd Marching Band. So good job, Trump, bringing that guy's name back into the fold.
Yeah, by bringing the marching band to DC for
and here's the
Independence Day.
Yeah. So in the news of the day, obviously we're going to transition out of local into this.
Yep.
2 National Guardsmen were shot in Washington, D.C.
West
One
Virginia
died
National
last
Guard.
night. The other one is both of them. It's funny, not funny, interesting little coincidence. The dude that's Wolf that's still clinging to life apparently lives his registered address is something like 20 minutes from where Tim Pool sets up his show. The girl that died, 24 years old, I think.
Yeah.
Graduated the same high school my little girl's going to go to.
Okay.
And currently, lived in the city, moved to the city when she got. I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah. And they were just shot blocks away from the White House. So
it's a fairly big state, you know?
Yeah. West Virginia is a big state.
What daylight? The gunman was wounded by other guardsmen and taken into custody. You see the video?
No.
Dude, was chasing after him as he was reloading his sidearm.
Good.
I was like, oh damn, over under Biden that helped the Afghanistan withdrawal. And apparently, I guess I've only seen this once or twice. I guess he overstayed his visa, but how long are these visas for if you're bringing in basically refugees? I thought those were good for longer than just like 5 years.
I think it depends on the program they're coming in under.
He allegedly helped CIA during the withdrawal in Afghanistan.
I thought he came in under the rapid reentry program where there wasn't a whole lot of vetting done to these people.
Well, from what I saw this was under the program where Biden said that these people were super vetted, like they help CIA agents, et cetera, et cetera. And then Trump was like, yeah, what a good job you guys did vetting, right? And shit, they're gonna try this guy for murder one.
Good.
Now, yeah, that's a capital offense.
Right. Does DC have the death sentence?
DC's federal, isn't it? I mean, they're gonna charge him under federal law. He shot and killed the guardsman on duty.
All right.
I mean, I would imagine. I'm not sure where the laws apply there, because DC is a weird place.
It is a weird place. Yeah. because it's not a state.
And check this
So.
out. Yeah, exactly. It's a city. And dude, apparently they're even talking about deporting this dude's family too, but not necessarily. But that's the thing. Are we separating this guy from his family by executing him and sending his family back to Afghanistan? And let's be real, what are the odds that they get killed in
Here's how I
Afghanistan for
look at it.
allegedly helping the United
We're
States?
talking Afghanistan here, so I'm saying we don't even go after the death penalty for him. We deport him, not his family, back to Afghanistan. And then just public advertise how
With an
great an
American
asset
flag
he was
tattoo.
in the fight against the Taliban, for the U.S.
Yeah, and like
That'd be a
advertise it,
cheaper
make
death
it.
sentence for him than going through the American version of the death sentence.
You're right. You're right. But it's also, I don't know. Yeah. Can't be certain that way, but yeah, it's a pretty good chance. You say how helpful he was. It advertised all this stuff, make it international news when and where he's going to be dropped off the plane. Uh, yeah, this is messed up, dude. Like, and did you see what that MS Now host was saying?
Yeah.
Talking about how like if they weren't patrolling in DC, they wouldn't have got shot.
Somebody else would have got shot.
Exactly.
A
Someone
lot
else
more
would have
people
got
would have
shot.
got shot because DC's actual pretty safe to walk around in again now.
Yeah. Uh, and that sounds like, well, maybe if you weren't wearing that mini skirt in an alley, wouldn't have been attacked, you know? There you are. You hear me again?
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, blaming the guard for being on patrol is why they got shot is the same thing as saying like maybe you shouldn't have worn that
The skimpy dress and attracted
skirt
yourself to people.
in a dark alley behind a shady bar and a dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least the person with the mini skirt in a dark alley had a choice. National Guard got activated, you know?
Right. And she wasn't that. She
Which
was like
makes me
23
wonder.
years old or something like that. She was super young. She was in her 20s.
Yeah, 24.
Yeah.
On Thanksgiving Day, she died. Come on. Jeez. And you don't even have to deport this guy to get him executed. Just do a very long, intentional perp walk.
In West
and
Virginia.
let some local pick him off with a rifle, you know? Yeah, exactly. Bring him to West Virginia to try him in federal court and walk him from the courthouse the 2 miles back to the police station or whatever it is. That problem will solve itself.
Yep.
And it's crazy because some of the government here in West Virginia said like West Virginia is one big small town. It's like everybody felt that like what the fuck, you know?
Right.
A lot of people are upset, but I haven't heard anyone complain about them being in DC.
Right.
But makes me wonder how much of this, and then MS Now basically blaming them being there after the Democrats and the news media have been telling us for how long that all of these National Guard things are illegal, and he's an illegitimate president anyway, so all of his orders are illegitimate. And then them coming out and saying don't obey unlawful orders, which they said illegal orders, but you and I know it's unlawful.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder if there's a connection between that and what's going on. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. You can only dance around the verbiage for so long before it becomes obvious.
Well, Senator Slotkin's home in Michigan was targeted with a bomb threat after she participated in these shenanigans.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing came out of that, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And here's the most interesting thing I think is happening here is Senator Mark Kennedy is a retired naval officer, a captain. I was going to say
Captain, I think 06.
At 06, yes. He was in the Navy and then transferred over to Nassau, where he ended up retiring from, but still a Navy captain. And there are consequences when you're getting a VA disability check and a Navy retirement check. Doesn't matter if
Wow.
you're a senator or not, you can't.
And not just that, he accepted a commission with the United States Navy. It wasn't an enlistment.
Right.
So he's held to different standards for the rest of his life.
Yeah. And I know if anybody gets connected with a felony, they automatically lose their disability benefits and their Navy retirement benefit, their retirement benefits from the military.
The Navy's reactivating this guy.
They're threatening to. So they can bring him back for a court martial.
Oh my. Could you imagine how much trouble you're going to get in as an 06 in the Navy telling people not to follow the orders of the President of the United States?
Well, then people are freaking out about this, It's like, well, they can't do that. He's a sitting senator. He's got free speech. Members of the military, past or present, don't have as much free speech as the average American citizen do.
Especially active. When you're active, I can criticize the president being a veteran. Active duty, I was not allowed to criticize the president in uniform or announce that I was active duty in any way.
Right. Yeah.
Like I could go out and protest, but I couldn't, wear my Dixie cup to show that I was a sailor.
I don't think anything's going to happen to him, but I would love to see Secretary Hedgepeth recall him back to the Navy, hold a court martial, even if he's found not guilty, and just go through the show trial of it all. Just to make sure that people think twice when they're retired officers in the military about what they say for the soldiers and sailors to do when it comes to orders from the president.
And I think more than anything, they're trying to get the ear of guardsmen.
And you've said that before on the show.
Because I got to be on. These guys don't give a shit what's going on in the Caribbean Sea.
Right.
I mean, or Somalia.
No, they don't.
They only care with the guards being deployed. And because if we can show that you can clean these cities up to not be crime-ridden cesspits.
Which Trump's done a pretty good job of showing, even when it comes to border protection, because Biden said that it was going to take an act of Congress to get the border shut down, and Trump got reelected again, and there was no changes with the congressional law, but there's next to nobody crossing the borders now.
Well, that's what drove me nuts, though, is Biden kept saying it takes an act of Congress. It was like, Joe, there was a secure border before you took office.
Yeah.
I was like, all you had to do was not take that away. you know? Like, well, I broke it. Now we need Congress to fix it.
If you broke it, you can fix it.
Yeah. You better buy that, motherfucker.
Yeah.
What's her name there? Slotkin. She's actually come out and tried to defend herself over this video, saying that Trump hasn't given any illegal orders as of yet.
These 6 people have all said that when they were confronted about legal orders, they don't believe he's actually given any. They just want people to be on the lookout for him. But there was another Democrat person, and I know I saw the article, I guess I didn't share it, that did come out and say he believes that Trump did give illegal orders from.
These people are senators and congressmen and whatever.
Yeah.
They should know the damn rules better than you and I.
Yeah.
This Tweedledee, Tweedledum shit. you're not actually fooling anyone by one guy saying all of this is illegal. We have to do something about this. That's illegal. Then the other guy goes, well, don't forget, you're not supposed to follow, and be this because of that.
Right.
So we know that you're working together here. Just like the guy who convinces you it's okay to attack a Nazi, and then the guy standing right next to him saying, hey, look, a Nazi.
Yeah.
And, geez. Yeah, and then what was it? The day before the shooting happened, one of them, I might have been Crockett, I'm not sure, said something about how safe DC is, and Trump has nothing to do with this, and yada. I was like, first of all, DC is safer now because of what Trump did.
Every city
Second of
that
all, the next day there
Trump
was
has
a
brought
shooting.
people into that their cities they're safer.
And I'm still getting a good laugh listening to these people in Chicago talking about how they're gonna fight the National Guard. I'm like, no, you're not. You know you're not. Because what's going to happen? Well, okay, so what? Trump's sending 500 extra guard to DC. What is that going to do? And are we going to let these guys carry rifles? Or are they going to just keep carrying? What is it? A 22? Not 22. A 9 mil they carry on their hip.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I suppose one guy shooting two guardsmen is different than gangs declaring war on the guard. But you know as well as I, even the minimal training guard gets, if it came down to an actual hot conflict between the gangs of Chicago and the guard would destroy that. Would destroy them. Now, the biggest issue would be civilian casualties. But I mean, they have better weaponry, better technology. They can track you through a building, through the walls. These gang kids think they're freaking tough because they got Glock switches turning their 12-shot Glock full auto. Like, okay, so now you just wasted all 12 shots in a half a second. Anyway, sorry, back on track, Brian.
Yep. Not a problem.
Ranting's half the fun, isn't it?
It sure is. So, the ICE boycott wasn't the only thing happening today. We also had a No Kings leftist Black Friday boycott where they didn't want anything to buy anything between Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So nobody's out shopping this weekend.
Your Williamsburg thing, I almost put down here with this.
Yeah.
But we didn't have enough local, so I put it up there. But yeah, and it's like, okay, they're proving who has the power. But yeah, that's great. That's
they
great.
Have no power. I was out in a couple of stores today, and people were out shopping, and buying stuff.
By not shopping at the discount day, that just means you're going to pay more money and therefore don't have the power.
Right.
Whatever. If this is what makes you happy. But yeah, just like the protesters. Have you seen the protest that happened at Home Depots now? People going in and buying like 49-cent ice scrapers and then walking straight up to the return desk and returning it just to clog up the system. And it's like, this is like an anti-ice thing. It's like, how is this affecting ice? How is this showing anyone anything?
And then see, my time is more valuable than that to buy a 49-cent item and then stand in line for an hour to return it.
And not just that, I want to go shopping because I actually have work to do at my house, and now I have to wait through 40 people freaking just mulling through the aisles, intentionally just gumming everything up. And not to mention, now Home Depot is not bringing in as much money, which means they're paying less tax to all of the forms of government. This is something a lot of people don't realize where all the money comes from. Whatever. All right. Yeah. Okay, so this Dem House candidate, I don't remember. I think this one's a dude. I'm not sure. Maybe this one's a woman. I don't remember. But yeah, running for Congress. in Tennessee. Afton or Afton
Yeah,
Bend.
they've been talking about this on the Clay and Buck show because she's actually, if she wins, she'll be representing Clay Travis's district in Tennessee. She is a wacko
Ah,
doodle, big time.
well, I guess a
She
video
came
has
out and said
reemerged.
that she doesn't like country music. She hates Nashville.
Oh, that's the same one?
Yes, this is the person. Yep. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it's one thing to say you don't like
And
country
they're
music.
trying,
People
and the
can,
Dems created this special. They created a special election the like the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, thinking that people wouldn't realize there was an election that day because everybody would be busy overcoming Thanksgiving Day holiday and stuff like that.
yeah.
So they're trying to sneak her through.
It's what I mean, they could probably forgive you for not loving country, but to say I hate Tennessee, it's like, well, then why do you want to represent it? And clearly, the only reason why you'd want to represent something you hate is to change it, right?
Yeah, she came out and said, I've been heavily involved in the Nashville mayoral race because I hate this city. I hate the bachelorettes. I hate the pedal taverns. I hate country music.
Why don't you just go somewhere else? Like, why are you trying to change everything around you instead of changing yourself or changing your circumstances? You know,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it's like everyone else should bend to the way I like things instead of going finding people that agree with me and living near them. And I understand that's just going to lead to more polarization, but
And she was earlier in her beginnings of her political career. The video that we're talking about, the clickbait title of this talks about her getting yanked from the governor's office during an attempted sit down. So she
yeah,
was doing a sit in, and they yanked her out of the office.
yeah.
But
Classy lady
if
there.
you hate the area you represent that much, you might be wanting to look for another career.
Yeah.
Or you shouldn't, you know.
Instead,
I,
she's
I
going to try to
understand
dictate.
having political differences, but to outright say those things about a city you're going to be represent, you're currently represent. She actually currently represents Nashville in the state of
Yeah.
Tennessee, and now she wants to be a congresswoman for that same area in the D.C. in at a national level.
See, you're supposed to say things like, I love this city, but we could do better.
Right.
You don't say, because to say you hate the city means you hate the people, you hate the culture, and that's what the city is.
Yeah.
You can clean up everything else around the culture. Nashville, that's in general a pretty safe big city, right?
Yep. Memphis,
Like
no.
any other.
Memphis is where the National Guard's been deployed to, but Nashville, that's why so many bachelorette parties are going to Nashville these days, is because it's a fairly safe city.
Yeah, and exactly. You still get that city experience that you would get in like Boston, not so much like New York, because New York's just, let's be real, New York is on another level, right?
Yeah.
We still get that city feel without the immediate threat you get in being in Boston past dark in a neighborhood that you don't know. You know what I mean? And I use that city as an example because I know Boston well enough. And you don't want to be in the neighborhoods after dark for real. Uh, because if you have no business being there, you ain't necessarily gonna get hurt,
Right.
but a lot of people walking around might have questions for you, you know? Oh, uh, what were we talking about?
We were moving on
Oh,
to
this is the
yeah.
snap thing you shared.
Yep.
Uh,
And it's got California next to
the
it,
attorneys
but
general, yeah.
yeah, there's attorney generals that are trying to sue the federal government to keep being allowed to provide SNAP to legal immigrants. So I thought that in order to become a legal
Why?
immigrant, you had to be like sponsored into the country by another family or entity that was going to provide your financial support and ensure that you
No,
never got
that's
on the political dole.
citizenship. That's citizenship, I thought. I thought that was citizenship.
Okay. Well, I don't think any
Just
immigrant should
legal
be getting SNAP.
resident. Because like correct. I think even refugee from a war-torn country shouldn't be getting SNAP. There we go. I'm back. Jeez,
Yeah.
I got a bad connection today, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think even refugees from a war-torn country shouldn't be getting SNAP. Call me a jerk, whatever, but we could have just where we found you, you know?
Yep.
Okay, check this out. Cook County, Illinois.
I shared
That's
this
where
article.
Chicago is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is yeah,
They're doing UBI, baby. UBI.
UBI. And it's
Break it up again.
you're talking about like the 309. Can you hear? There you are, Brian.
Yeah.
But yeah, from what I read, this they were looking at the experiment done nationwide. Like,
Where are they
oh,
coming up with this
looks like these people
$7.5 million?
only use the money in emergency.
This is I'm not saying this on the podcast, but this is Cook County. This is Chicago. We know people that live in Chicago. This Board of Commissioners has just unanimously approved $7.5 million for a permanent guaranteed basic income program. So
Because you don't
where's this money coming from in the long run?
The taxpayers, I'm sure. It's probably just coming out of the checks.
Well, in
And it's funny
2022,
because
they
when
came
you're
with the aid of federal COVID relief money, but the federal government ain't going to keep funding this program anymore.
Why did we let that happen? If that was there for COVID.
Talk to President Biden. He knows. He uses auto
All
pen
right, I
to
guess
sign it
maybe
in
people aren't
office.
working. They need grocery money.
But yeah,
there's an auto pen article in here too.
Yeah, I know. So this is going to be $532.50 for households for 2 years with no strings attached. So there's no work requirements, no nothing attached to it. You're getting free money for 2 years.
And not just that, look what he's doing with it. You can pull it out in cash and buy heroin with it, and no one will know.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's nobody watching what you do with it either.
So there's no checks and balances on the system. What could possibly go wrong?
Let's be real.
This is the attraction.
Idea is you're only giving it to the people that
County.
need it the most, and they'll. I wonder if that's why our friend is on.
I didn't want to bring that up on the show.
Chicago right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Hey, they're gonna pay me to. Hey, and I'm cool with programs to help you get back on your feet. But when we're just gonna give you money without even asking you questions, it's like
that's a whole nother thing. Yeah.
If you're not gonna ask, does everyone qualify for this program? And if you say no, then how would you know if you didn't ask me questions?
Right.
Damn. None of that out here.
No.
We
may get some after we get our new governor in January. We may get it here. But yeah,
You could
another good
apply if
news.
it's available.
No. Well, yeah, probably. Why not? What the hell?
If you qualified, you know you would. There's no way you turn down cash for nothing, and you know that.
Yeah.
You would just go to someone else. You know that as well as I do.
Yep. So the GI Bill benefits have been restored for people that were kicked out for refusing the COVID vaccine. This has a lot to do with Trump and Secretary Hedgepeth because they're going through and they're changing everybody that was kicked out for COVID. They're changing their dishonorable or other than honorable discharges to honorable discharges. So it's not just going to be the GI Bill benefits they're going to get back. They're going to get access to all their VA benefits, including disability pay.
Well, the issue with the GI Bill is someone didn't get to go to trade school, we'll say. Like they wanted to go to plumbing school, okay? Didn't because they didn't have the GI Bill to pay for after getting out. Spent years not working at a real job and is years behind where they should be. And I understand most Americans aren't very good at squirreling away, figure out after they fuck up royally like I did. But a lot of people were left behind because of this.
Yep.
I don't know how much of that rant you actually heard, but yeah.
Well, I was busy eating part of a cookie, so.
Oh, that's funny.
Special cookie.
What kind of cookies did you have?
The good kind.
Oh, all right. I thought you were having like a Thanksgiving, like some kind of like oatmeal molasses cookie.
It tastes like oatmeal molasses,
raisin.
but it's not that. It's your kind of cookie.
My kind of cookie?
Uh-huh.
I made a cookie once in Virginia, and the wife got so sick and threw up everywhere. It was hilarious.
I only took a little piece off of it. I'm like, I gotta taste this.
Made one. It was one. Yeah, it was one giant cookie, wasn't it? This is interesting though. The case against Trump that Letitia James brought, that the new
they were dismissed on a technicality. They're saying that Trump didn't have the authority to appoint this Virginia prosecutor.
Oh, I was talking about the one before that.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, it's funny because the judge dismissed the case that James brought up against Trump that someone else is prosecuting.
Yeah.
And the case Trump has against James has been dismissed too.
But it's being appealed.
Yeah, but within a day of each other. I was like, that's an interesting timing for these dominoes to fall, you know?
Well, we knew once Fannie Willis got removed from the Georgia case that it was going nowhere because the person that got put in charge of it, he said it wasn't winnable. There were too many people involved, too many different charges, and it was never going to stand the test of time in front of a jury.
Yeah, you're just wasting taxpayers' money doing this. All right. There was a fire at the climate talks in Brazil, the one we were just talking about, how they cut down the Amazon rainforest to have this meeting.
Right.
And then burned it down.
What'd they burn?
The actual facility they built, from what I understand.
Wow. Okay. So the forest can come back now?
Maybe, but thank God this didn't burn down the freaking rainforest. Come on, guys. You cut down all the trees to have your climate conference.
Yeah.
Well, they built a 4-lane highway to and from this thing. Talking about how we need to preserve the environment, and then you start a fire.
Makes sense to me.
Good job, guys. But they came to some kind of deal talking about these poor nations dealing with climate change.
The U.S. wasn't there. Russia wasn't there. None of the big powers would be. China, I don't even think was there. So they're agreeing to something that until President Trump's out of office, it's not going to be approved in the United States. I know we sent somebody to COP 30, but it was pretty low level that was sent there.
Oh, I thought we didn't send anyone at all.
Maybe, but
yeah, and like
the deal would triple. See, this is all about money because this deal would triple climate finance for developing nations by 2035.
Yeah.
And Colombia, Panama, and Uruguay wanted fossil fuel transition language, and Sierra Leone criticized the unclear adaptation indicator. So this is a bunch of shit that nothing's ever going to happen with. These are just people getting together at a party and have a good time and talk a mean game.
Yeah. And I understand what some of these poorer nations that are just now starting to develop are saying. Like the United States got to the top with the Industrial Revolution. Many nations followed. Right now, China and India are in a massive industrial
they
boom.
changed this term from global warming to global cooling to global warming. Now we're just sticking with climate change because it can go both ways now. We don't have to worry about it anymore.
Exactly. When it's extra cold, you can't say, well, whoa, where's the warming? There's an extra 840 tons of 1,000 tons or whatever. It was 840 million tons of ice or something like that grew on the Antarctic.
Yeah. And then there's Greta Thunberg.
Yeah, she's just poor kid. Does she know how to survive without being funded by people getting her to do stupid shit?
No, I don't think so. She's basically the climate change version of an Instagram influencer.
Well, as soon as the Israel thing ended, she had to be relevant and had to go back to climate change, and she just got banned for a month from Venice.
Ooh, a whole month for dyeing the canal green.
Yeah. And it's funny, like, oh, it was an environmentally friendly dye. I'm like, yeah, you see, you can say that. But it's going to affect something some way.
Yeah.
Even if it's just blocking sunlight from getting through for so long, algae won't be getting what it needs, which means something isn't gonna,
Yep.
Same thing with Stonehenge when they spray paint, like, oh, it's a non-toxic, it's a whatever paint.
How does the paint come off?
Yeah, but to get it off, we have to clean off this stuff that's been on here for like 20,000 years or something,
Right.
Like I said, I don't think she knows how to do anything besides because she's just being handed money by people to do this.
Oh yeah,
she's obviously not funding this out of her own pocket.
No, she doesn't have any money.
She's like 22 years old or something. I'm pretty sure she didn't graduate high school. Because what? She sailed across, was it the entire Atlantic with 4 diesel ships following her?
Yeah.
When she was 17?
Yeah. So she could, sponsor wind energy. And, she got across here on a sailboat.
Yeah, made of carbon fiber.
I think she flew back on a plane.
Yeah, it was a carbon fiber boat, and the ships that were around her to make if something went wrong were all burning diesel fuel the whole time. Yeah, she sailed across the Atlantic alone in a sailboat.
I don't think she was alone. She had crew.
That's what I'm saying. Had she actually done it alone and not a bunch of boats around her to help her out? All right. It's funny. I read the same article a couple hours before you had shared about this coastal city in Venezuela.
Yeah.
The economy has dried up.
I guess the war on drugs is working.
Yeah, because they were shipping them out of here and they were using local routes. Like, yeah, and now there's no money being passed through these hands. Everyone turned a blind eye to where this money was coming from.
Right.
Bunch of reports about this going on. It's tough to be getting accurate news out of a place like Venezuela.
Oh yeah.
But But yeah, we'll see what happens. Putin has talked about putting hypersonic missiles over there. He just mentioned something about thinking about sending troops to Venezuela. I got a feeling the whole world thinks that we're going to go for a land invasion of Venezuela.
Well, Trump said we're going in and going to stop the drug war on land.
That we might. But can he just go in after a drug cartel? See, this is where I think we need to amend the Constitution when it comes to military action. I say, A, we need to put military action initiation back in the hands of Congress. The president should be able to just bomb shit unless it's an immediate reaction, like no preemptive whatevers. And I think even a drug war, you shouldn't be able to just march your army or your Marines
Well,
into
didn't
Venezuela.
Congress declare war on drugs like in the 80s?
Was it did they actually declare war on drugs? Like, was there paperwork signed?
I highly doubt it. It was a great slogan for 40 years.
I know, but even if it was a freaking goofy thing they did, like the reset button Clinton did with Russia.
Yeah.
If they actually signed that, we might be able to use that as an argument. But I'm pretty sure you can't just march into Venezuela and go get the drug lords out without Venezuela's permission and without an act of Congress, or at least shouldn't be able to anyway.
Right. Well, didn't we do that in Panama when we took out Nicaragua, Noriega?
And Vietnam. But after the fact, Congress came out in support, and the Civil War, actually. After the fact, Congress came out in support, making it okay after the fact.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not the way to do things. And I didn't realize there was such a terror issue in Somalia. Is that why Trump's been giving Omar so much shit? Or is it because she married her brother?
I think that's because she married her brother.
Okay.
And, he wants to send her back to where she came from. But Somalia has been governmentless for as long as I can remember. There's nobody really in charge except for the warring factions in Somalia. So
yeah, it's very similar to Haiti for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
You're realizing right now you just confused the two, didn't you?
No, they're both worthless.
Yeah. I didn't.
Yeah, I mean,
realize
you're
that,
going
but
on a cruise to Haiti, so I can't wait to hear about that. So
yeah, I certainly will be hitting the Dominican Republic instead.
I mean,
yeah,
it'll be
Trump
cheaper to
just-
go to Haiti. Your dollar will go a
it's 'cause
lot
it's one
farther in
way.
Haiti.
Because it's one way.
No, because there's
Yeah, my jaw will
more
go farther.
crime,
I'll be skinned and
eaten.
But yeah, Trump. Airstrikes into Somalia looking for terrorists.
Right.
I guarantee you, as soon as you stop the recording, we're gonna have no issue with signal.
Probably not. And then the
I don't know if
Ukraine.
This wasn't an issue until you hit record.
Yeah.
Ukraine.
They're claiming war crime after cold-blooded Russian forces killed surrendered defenders.
Yeah, I am taking the grain of salt because I'm here. Ukraine talk a lot of shit, and that right now Ukraine is claiming that I think it was 5 soldiers surrendered, being taken prisoner. They were interrogated. They were lined up and interrogated, then executed. If this actually happened, that is a UN issue. That is
Right.
The whole world gets involved. And now Russia is talking about how if they don't get what they want out of some kind of peace deal, they're willing to fight until the last Ukrainian is dead.
Yeah, I don't think Trump's going to put up with that. Trump wants this war over. He got us out of all the
I
wars
don't think
in
there's
his
any.
first term. I think he's gonna find a way to
I
make it
want it
happen
over with.
again. It's a war with no real purpose.
I want
So.
this war to end too, but I just correct. I mean, they already let Russia have their seaport without any conflict.
Yeah.
Now they're trying to connect their mainland country to this Navy base seaport. I understand argument. People that live there speak Russian and there, and being what it is to be a buffer between Russia and NATO. Oh, there's Brian going away. But yeah, there's no purpose. There's no real winner. Russia is a bunch of bad dudes doing Ukraine's a bunch of bad. How long are we going to keep arming bad dudes to fight
Well,
bad dudes?
technically, we're not arming them anymore because the NATO countries are buying weapons from us to give to them. So that's on the EU now. Ever since Trump came in office, we're not just
You know what I'm
handing them
talking
a
about.
bunch of weapons.
Apparently, true. And Trump got most of the European. Oh, he got the European Union to agree to stop buying Russian fuel.
Yeah.
But it looks like Hungary's been talking to him again, to Russia about getting more oil. But and Trump was right on the Russian oil.
Yeah.
Long time ago, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
You gotta get off this dependence because when happens, what are you gonna without it?
Yep. You're shit out of luck.
Then Biden shut down the Qatar Turkey pipeline. And because that got shut down, Russia went and built a pipeline through the same area to pump fuel to the Middle East. So it's like, great. So instead of us being able to make all this money, Russia's going to make all this money.
Yep.
Good fucking job, guys.
Yep.
Anyway, we got some neat stuff if you're interested.
Sure.
I put it aside, and then your penny thing came up again. So I was like, all right. But there's a new cash law that's New York saying you must accept cash if you are a business.
Right.
Which I had already thought was the law.
I thought so too.
You had to accept. It was good for all debts, private and public. It's printed right on the freaking dollar, right?
Yep.
But when I was at Hershey Park, you could not pay cash. You had to buy like a gift card type thing. Actually, they gave it to you, a gift card type thing.
They do that at Busch Gardens now
on.
too. Yeah.
And yeah, and that was like if you wanted to play a game, if you wanted to buy food, if you wanted to get a beer, you were allowed to use cash in the gift shop, I think. But that was technically outside the park. But I like this. You have to accept cash. That's cash is supposed to be the thing that's no matter what is always good. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So don't agree with New York a whole lot on their policies, but I think this is a good thing in general. I think if it's not a federal law, it should be, and if it is, it needs to be enforced.
Right.
Another one in here that I found very interesting. You shared about the natural hair in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
The first one leftovers.
Yeah. No more hair discrimination.
I understand the argument about how you can't not hire someone because they got an afro.
Right.
But the problem is when you say natural hair, how far are you allowed to take the word natural?
Mm-hmm.
Because I've known plenty of stinky hippies that just put wax in their hair to dreadlock it up, and their hair is full of bugs.
Right.
That's completely natural.
Yeah.
You know? But it's dirty, and I don't want you working in my restaurant, you know? And I'm curious how far this natural hair law goes. Are you allowed to say, no, you have dirty, dirty hair? You can't be around the kitchen in my restaurant, you know?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Or is this supposed to say, no, you can't say that anymore? Some people just don't want to be clean. I don't know. Have you ever known any of these people that don't use the high grade dread wax? That they use like the cheap crap?
Oh yeah, I've been to Jamaica.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. And the hair's full of bugs, right? It's eating their dead skin cells.
Yeah, why not?
Well, you're not getting in there and cleaning your scalp and getting the dead skin cells out.
Yeah.
And yeah, you got mites and yeah, you don't want that in your cheeseburger, right?
Extra protein.
And the skin flakes that come down with it, right?
Yep.
We talked about the mom Donnie Trump interview already, didn't we?
Yeah, we talked about it happened. It was like a love fest, People thought Trump was going to go off on him, but Trump's not going to do that until after he's in office, at least. And, he's got a reason to. So,
well, and that's the thing. How many times have we said is Trump? It appears that Trump's a pretty easy guy to interact with.
Yeah.
All you got to do is not be a douchebag.
Right.
And he's going to treat you with respect.
Yeah.
And that's basically like what we said. These guys basically hugged each other.
Right.
And I got a laugh still. They asked him in front of Trump if Donnie thought Trump was a fascist. And Trump was like, it's okay. You can tell him if you think that.
Yeah, just say yes. It's either than trying to explain it all, Just say yes.
I thought I was like, oh, this is why I like Trump. He's genuinely fun to watch do what he does.
Yeah, I mean, whoever takes over after Trump, it's going to be back to the boring old way of doing things, and it's just no fun. I mean, and this is another fun Trump story because I don't think anything's going to come of it. But Trump just terminated all of Biden's documents that were allegedly signed using the auto pen.
Yeah, it was something like 96% or something like that.
Yeah.
How long do you think that's going to go before a judge steps in?
Hunter Biden's pardon's gone. All the preemptive pardons are gone,
Hunter Biden's pardon, he signed by hand. He signed his own family pardons to include
him. What about Dr. Fauci?
By himself. That was auto pen from what I understand.
Okay.
So this lets you know that maybe somebody knew this might be an issue, and that's why Joe himself signed the pardons for his own family.
Yeah. And I think I heard Trump say that. He's like, Trump said that Hunter's fine. Hunter's got a good pardon, I'm not going to mess with that at all, But, I mean, the auto pen's just got to go away in general, period. I mean?
It's impossible, dude. We've been using it since Truman. It's impossible. The president has to sign too many things to possibly sign them all at once. The thing is, the president has to personally authorize.
Well, Joe Biden could come out and say he personally authorized
the use of the auto pen.
Use the auto pen for all these documents. If you can get Biden in public again speaking.
That's exactly
because he's pretty much become a.
Now, maybe when we use one document with all the things.
He's a hermit now. He's come out of his hiding in one of his houses in the last 3 years, like twice.
He's dying. He's trying to die in peace around his family. I can respect that.
There's no proof of that.
He's got butt cancer, doesn't he?
Curable.
No, it's not. You can't cut someone's butt out. I mean, you can, I guess. You can get a colostomy bag. But yeah, I think maybe a solution to the auto pen issue is the president gets handed one document and it lists everything they want a signature for with a description or a quick description. And then the president signs at the bottom, which authorizes the auto pen for these items.
Right. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Because then you at least have paperwork.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the big issue. Like you said, the auto pen, anyone can just walk in and use this thing.
Yeah.
And let's be real, Joe probably didn't know where he was for at least half his presidency.
Well, he was okay between like 10 o'clock in the morning until like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
10:30?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but then you see him on his bicycle and he'd fall down standing up.
That could have been his stunt double.
His
there is conspiracies going around that there were 2 Joe Bidens.
I remember that. Fidel Castro style. Stalin style.
One person was taller than the other one and didn't have any problem walking.
Correct, and his skin looked tighter. That might have just been Botox, though.
That might have been.
Did you see this shit that's been bouncing around the internet about Campbell's some executive? I want to say CEO, but he's not. But someone high up in Campbell's Soup talking about the product.
Yeah.
Okay. I heard the whole long recording full of curse words.
He's mocking food for
only
the
one
poor.
I could find was this.
Campbell's
the only
company
thing I found was
is
the
food
short
for the
one.
poor.
Well, they make it sound like that's a mean thing to say, but it is. Let's be real. Would you rather have a can of Campbell's thick and chunky for dinner or a fucking filet mignon wrapped in bacon?
Why can't I have my soup wrapped in bacon?
Because it would be on the can, not in the food. Well, I'm just saying it's not pricey food. It is food that's either, if it's your daily food, it's because you can't afford better, typically speaking.
Yeah, but people that can't afford regular food aren't started buying Campbell's soup. They're buying the store brand soup.
Well, let's assume they
Campbell's
can do a little
soup
bit
is
better
like
than
twice the price of generic cans of soup in Walmart or Food Lion or wherever,
they get deals. And I personally stock up on the Campbell's thick and chunky, but I keep them in my pantry as either emergency food or I'm hungry but don't want to cook because it's not
thick
time
and
for a
chunky
meal.
is not what this guy was talking about. He's
Well,
talking
specifically-
about the tomatoes. He's talking about the regular cans of soup of chicken and vegetable beef and tomato.
This guy said they 3D print their chicken, dude.
Okay, yummy.
Yeah. And I was like, ew. And then he got fired over this. And I'm thinking, this guy opens up a new business doing the same damn thing, but guarantee 100% farm raised chickens or free range chicken or whatever in your stew.
Yeah.
Be
If
there.
you 3D print a chicken, that means it's made out of plastic. So I don't know how that's going into soup.
They got these organic 3D printers now. It spits out like proteins and amino acids it basically forms a meat. And that's the thing is in the longer one I heard he's saying he's like, I wouldn't feed that to my family. You kidding? He's like, I'm not eating that shit. And I was like, oh, that's not good for Campbell's. Police helicopter was worried about UFO near Royal Air Force Base. Don't care. Remember the ShamWow guy?
Yeah, I remember ShamWow guy.
Yeah, he's running for office as a Republican for Congress. Yeah. I thought that was neat.
You'll find that most
sorry, my
people
phone's-
that are entrepreneurs in the long run, they tend to lean Republican when they realize they're giving too much of their money away to the government. So
Not even necessarily entrepreneurs, but people that have ever looked at their finances, your average person does a TurboTax at the end of the year and looks for their refund. Let's be real, right?
I don't get a refund.
People that do, well, yeah, people filing 1099s are looking at their
taxes,
their earned income, their gross, and now they have. I'm sorry, yeah, their gross. Now they have to figure out their net and give the government the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Those people tend to go, that's a lot of money, because you know, especially if you're paying it all at once at the end of the year.
Right.
And let's real. Most people probably do, right? That are filing 1099s, that are running small landscape companies. So you probably wait to the end of the year. I bet you said, because you can pay early, right?
Yeah, you can pay quarterly.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but nobody does. And you probably wait to the end of the year too and go, oh shit, I need to come up with X dollars, you know?
Yeah.
It's tough. Because you're always like, I need the money this month. Maybe here's hoping next month rolls over better.
Yeah, well, we started budgeting better lately, so hopefully I'll get my shit together sooner rather than later.
Well, told you, man, you could sell insurance from West Virginia.
Yeah.
Come out and live in the fucking woods with me. We'll go kill shit and eat it. Well, you're from the cold. You know how to handle the cold. Come over and we'll put a fucking keg in the snow. I brought that up to the in-laws actually on Thanksgiving Day.
Uh-huh.
Because my mother-in-law was like, so what do you guys do like in the winter up north? And I was like, what do you mean besides like skiing and she's like, yeah. Besides like she's like, do you just not go outside? It's like, no, we threw parties outside.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, we would just put on like an extra layer of clothes and a heavy jacket and just put the beer right in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
Light a big fire pit, still a good time. And I'm
Yep.
sure you've done that before, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's been getting chilly out here, like hot mid to high teens.
Okay.
But anything else in the leftovers you want to talk about?
No.
All right. Let's pinch this turd off.
All right.